Hi, welcome to the first episode of my live coding. So in this session, you'll be building a product from scratch with me together. And unlike my usual video where I'll only show you what is the step-by-steps of doing something, in reality, sometimes you have to go back and forth, figuring things out and doing researching, and it's not always the case that you know all the things at your fingertips that you can just apply and work on it just like how I show in my tutorials. So the tutorials is actually like a shortcut to get things done, but in reality, in a project, I want to show you what is the actual process be like. How do we come up with an idea? How do we improve it? How do we approach the error? And how do we fix it? And so I think it's a good opportunity for me to work on it. I'm going to test this out. So it's going to be a series where we're going to use the approach of MVP. If you're already aware of it, it's actually called minimum viable product, where I'll be building one product that just meets the core feature of it. In the next tutorial or next video, we're going to further improve it, and it's going to be like multiple videos in a series where we'll be working on maybe it's version A and then like version 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and then the final product. So I think it's going to be very fun. So the first one that we're going to build today, which I can show you. So if you can take a look at what I'm showing on the screen now, which I can make it bigger, you can see that I have a search bar which allows me to search through the tutorials I have. I haven't put in more tutorials in my Google Sheets, but I should definitely add in more. But the concept is like I can search for the tutorial using the keyword, for example, this formula, and then I can see the results that match with this keywords that I put in here. And like assuming there's a couple of it, I can click on it and it will show the information of this particular video or content on the right hand side, and you can see what is being covered in this tutorial. And the best thing is you can just click on it, so it will direct you to the resources and you can start watching the tutorial. So this is the entire concept that I have for now, but give me a second to get out. Give me a second to open the Google Sheets that I have. Okay. So this is the Google Sheets that I kind of put in the information manually into this table that I didn't format it properly, but it contains like the title, the description, and the photo link, and the thumbnail photo link, and the link. There's a lot of links. And then we also have a category, pricing, whether it's free or paid. And then we have the length of the video. I still haven't find a place for it. Sorry, I still haven't found a place for it, but we're going to use it, I think, for the future future improvement of our product. And then we also have a tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3. So yep, I think that's all. Okay, So first thing first, as we mentioned that we want to have an MVP, so we need to know what is the pinpoint of our users. In this case, my users are you all, because I want to have an interface where you can easily search for my content or my tutorial. So it's all in one place. So what is important for the users in this case is the ability to search for the resources using keywords, and then the ability to look at the description of the content before they decided to spend more time to study the content. And lastly, it needs to have a way to link directly to the resources so that it's easy for the user to use this. So with that in mind, that's how I created this dashboard. As you can see, we have a search bar, we have a list of tutorials, and then we also have a place where we can look at the information of our content, and then we also have a place where we can click and direct to the content itself. So if that's clear, then now we can start building our dashboard. So before I go, I want to mention that I will also be selling the resources to this dashboard. So the resource pack will contain like a Canva template. It's basically the design software that I use to design this images here that can make my dashboard looks more pretty instead of using the native editor here. So you'll be getting this so that you can modify and edit. If let's say you want to rename this into other names, that you can totally do that. And you'll also be getting like a static image of this, which is ready to upload to your dashboard if you want to save time. But if you want to get a little bit artistic, you can definitely use my Canva template and edit from there, and then download and upload here. And you'll also be getting this exact data source that I'm using in this tutorial. So you'll be seeing what I see here in my screen when you follow this tutorial. So yep, I think that's all. I'll probably give more information in the page that I'm going to leave the link below, so you can take a look what is included in the pack, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing first, we're going to come to lookerstudio.google.com and create a blank template. Sorry, not template, it's report. And then we're going to connect Google Sheets, and let's choose resource directory. And as you can see, it's one sheet only, so it's pretty straightforward. Just add them into our report, and meanwhile can rename this report. Okay, now we already have our data in, so we're going to just delete it. And let me just open my dashboard so I can like look at it side by side. Now we're going to decide which part that we're going to build first. So the first part that I would prefer to build is this table, because it's very straightforward. We can just add a chart and look for a table, and then we can just drag and drop the title. Oh, it's already get selected. So in this case, I can just remove the record count. And And I will also want to go in the style and remove the row numbers. Right? Okay, let's just leave it like this. And the second thing that I would want to build is this particular chart here. It's actually using a community visualization called templated record, and you can see here that it's basically designed for you to show a record in your data by using HTML and CSS. So this is the example that this author give, which is a property related example. And if you look at the privacy policy, it says that this visualization doesn't collect or use any data about the visualization user, the data being visualized, or the report editor. So if you're concerned about your data, it says that it doesn't collect your data using this visualization at plugin. But if you are still have trust issues with this community visualization, I don't recommend you to follow this tutorial, because in this tutorial we're going to use that as the core to display our records in this beautiful card. So now that you are aware of the privacy policy, now we're going to start building it. But first thing first, we need to import the community visualizations. So simply click on this and we're going to go explore more. And in this case, you can just scroll down and you will look for this templated record and click allow. So this will give the consent to these visualizations to render our data. So once you add that, you can see that now you have to click to add that in your report. And now you can see that in this card it says that add the HTML you want and use markers to display dimensions values. So for example, now I have one column in my columns to display its title. So basically, if I want to display the titles, I can just put in the titles here. Sorry, I should follow it exactly. So it's capital letter T and without the S. So now you can see that it's changing, the value is changing from the markers into the exact values of our title. So if I click on this one, it will show the full tutorial, full Google Data Studio course. And then if I click on this, it will filter accordingly. So now you know how. So this is the core of getting this HTML works. If you need a second information to be displayed in, sorry, wrong visual. If you need a second information to display in this card, you can just drag it into the columns to display. And now if you want to add that in, you can always add that in here. For example, I can do a P, which represent paragraph. And then inside paragraph, I can add this curly bracket, double curly bracket, and I'll add the column name, descriptions. Okay. Maybe I should put it in here. Okay, that's how it should work. So now I can see that the description of the title or the video has been shown in this card. And if you need more, you can just add them into this chart and add the information into the columns to display. Okay, so now because I'm not like the last time I code in HTML is actually like back in my university time. So in my previous job as data analyst, I don't really get a chance to code in HTML. So I'm going to trick it a little bit. So now I'm going to make a copy of this from this original author, and then I get to see like what code is actually being used in his table. Like in this, I want to know like how he wrote this. So what I do, because I don't have the access, so what I do is I make a copy of his or her. And now I can close this. And here you can see that because it's a community visualization, we need to approve it to be used in our own report. So we're going to click allow again, because every individual report requires the authorization. So if you authorize in this report, doesn't mean that you authorize for all your reports. So yeah, now I click on this and check the code. Okay, so if you have any code editor, you can just open them. Sorry, where's my visual? Okay, it's my visual code. I'm going to use my Visual Studio Code to work on it. So I'm going to open a new file with a text file and then paste in and save it as sorry, I'm not sure if I'm doing too fast. Basically, I'm just using the shortcut key Command or Ctrl C to copy and then paste it, Ctrl V, and then Ctrl S to save it. So it'll open up this box for me, and I can rename it as maybe EP1 live coding resource dashboard, or like maybe EP1 HTML. Like you can name it anything you like as long as you can find this code later. Okay, so this is how we add this into our editor here. Then on the left hand side, I would actually want to paste the code here. So as you can see, here are some of here's the design, or you can say it's a template for the data displayed in this particular dashboard, but for ours we're going to change it to what we need. So the title would actually be the title that we have. So we're going to change the property name to title. So how can I make this bigger? Okay, so you can come here and look for this property name, and we're going to change it to title. And now copy, and we're going to paste here. and can see that the title has been shown here. And then we will not need this located in within London, so I'm going to just remove, sorry, where am I? Remove this division because I don't need it, and then save. Now copy, paste it. Okay, and now the important part is the image. So the image here is, let me just search for the image tag. Okay, you can see that it's here. And for our data set, the image is actually, let me check, the thumbnail photo link. So we're going to just key in the thumbnail photo link here to replace the word email. Copy and paste it here. Are you working or not? Okay, something wrong with the photo link that I may need to just work on it. Let's check why it's not showing here. Okay, should be a link. Let me see if like making it a text would help. And then we're going to refresh the data. Oh, it still doesn't work. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to put it in the columns to display. Yep. Okay, so you have to remember to put in the columns to display so that the data can be displayed. So before it's too late, I'll just put all the columns that I need, like pricing, tag 1, tag 2, tag 3, descriptions, and do I put category? Yeah, category, and the link as well, the link to the resources. Yep, I think that's it. And now let's start again. Okay, so now we have added the photo, and now we want to add the text. So for this down here, I would just prefer to remove all because I don't really need this table. So what I do is I keep this thing so I can see the structure of my HTML, and then I can just safely delete everything in the middle. As long as this HR is actually this line here and this line here that I don't really want it, so I can just remove it. So now this is what we have. And now because I want to have the image on top first, so I'm going to switch the position of this one to the top. Okay, and then we can remove this, and now I can copy the entire thing and paste it here. Okay, and next we're going to add the text like this. So as you know, I'm not very good in writing HTML, so I'm going to use this tool, ChatGPT, to help me with it. So the first thing first, I'm going to tell ChatGPT that I'll need to how should I write HTML code for a rounded text background? So what I'm going to do is to copy this style here and put it under header. Okay, and now I want to move this out from my header. See if I can make this body. Okay, and then I would want to have the text class, and then I can use this text background that I have defined here. Basically, this is a class that helps me to tell the HTML that if you see this tag in one of these elements down there that I use, remember to put the background color as this white color, and then the border radius should be 20 pixels, and then the padding is 10 pixels, so that I don't have to write this long. I can just write the class name if I have defined it in the header. And once I did that, I can put in the first one, which is pricing, and then I can also have the second one, which is category, and I can have the third one, which is tag 1. I cannot remember, sorry. Yeah, it should be the one with space. So just this view, because I want to see how it looks like, so I'm just copy pasting it and put it here. And yeah, the background shouldn't be in this color. I think I'm going to use the color that I have used in my previous design, which is D2 F8, D2 F8, F2. Is it right? D2. Sorry. Okay. D2 F8, D2. Correct, Okay. Let me just paste it here. It doesn't show. Let me just try changing the color and see if it works. It doesn't work. Oh, I should have put this dot here. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it's ugly. Oops, I shouldn't change this tag. Okay, now I change back the color to better color. So, yep. it's working. And now I want to add the margin. Let's just say 10 pixels. Or should I do 5 pixels? Yeah, it should be all right. And then for yep, for I want to make them like appear side by side to each other. So what I would do, is it this one? So what I would do is to come to this ChatGPT and say, how can I make the text to appear next to each other's? Oh, I want to know if it's possible. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can try display inline block and just save it. Then now I can go to my Looker Studio and look at it. Yep, I think it works just great. Now I want to add more text to it since that is working now. So just completing it. And for the margin, I think the right margin or left right margin is a bit too much. So I'm going to do 10:5. So this one is actually referring to the top and the bottom, and this one is actually referring to left and right. So you can adjust this so that this will look more nice. And next I want to add the padding so that we have a bit more space before and after the text. Okay, so let's just say 15 pixels. Okay, looks slightly better. The border radius maybe can do 10. Does it look similar to mine? Yep. And the margin, should I do less, like 1 pixels? Okay, looks okay. Okay, so now I want to add like an icon to this free tag. So in the previous code there's actually some reference that you can use to add the icon. So in this one is actually this area here that I'm going to just copy and just put in here just right before the pricing tag in the same division. And then I can just remove this because we don't need that. And I can save it. Now come to here, sorry, here, paste it, and I can see right away it adds this location icon here in front of my free label. So now I want to change this logo to maybe a dollar sign. So I can come to this materialize CSS, and I can look for like money, Control F. You can tick this one, or I think I want to find back the one that I used in my previous design. Where's my money logo? Or like dollar. What do I use? It should be money. Oh, it's actually this one. It's monetization on. So just copy this tag and come here in this span. You can see that this is place. If you look for place here, you'll see the exact icon that we found in this card. So we're going to replace the place with monetization on. Make sure this is written correctly. Save it and just copy and put it here. Right. So now we got a mini icon in front of the word. Next, we want to try to just make this font italic. Is it called italize? Italicize. Okay, italicize. So what I'm going to do is to add just a tag called I here, and then let me just copy these. It's easy to paste it here. Oops. Paste. Okay, and we also have this pricing. Okay. Copy and paste here, and then I can also do for this one. It's already booked. This is title, so it's fine. So now if you want to see the effect of it, wait, and then go to style, paste it. Doesn't work. Why? Oh, okay, wait. It's adding this over here for me. Why? Okay, let's try again. Copy and paste. Okay, now it's working. So you can see that all the text in the tag has been italicized, and we can now work on, I'm not sure if I should work on the minor details or I should move on to the next. I think we should just move on to the next. So let me just take a look on what we already have. So here we actually have the title just under this text. So I'm going to move the title down below, and I'm going to add a description for it. So let's just move the title down. You can this one, just take whole thing and just move it down. You can just move, tidy up a little bit. And now I'm going to add a new division, and I'm going to say this is going to be description. Okay, save and just paste it here. Oh, with the S, sorry that I missed it up. Okay, just paste it here. And ta-da, we have this text added. And one thing that I'll probably need to work on is this title should align to left. So right now it's actually aligned center, so I'm going to change it to left. Okay. Oops, did I change for the wrong thing? Okay. Title is actually this one, so I changed to the wrong line. Left. Okay. All right. And then I would also want to have more space on the bottom. So I'm going to do a semicolon, and then I'm going to do like margin 10 pixels. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do. Okay, seems okay-ish, but actually I just want the margin to be on top, so, and bottom. So I'm going to write, yeah, so it moves to the left. Now for the image, I actually want it to expand to the entire frame, because we're reusing the code from the previous order. So the order actually set it at 80%. So now we're going to just edit it to 100%. And now this would be nice. Okay. And one more thing I probably need to work on is the color of everything shown here, because as you can see in my example here, the color of these boxes are different from this free, and then this text here and this text here also have different color. So you can always search up and look for the color that you need, but in this case, let's just use the color that I already found. Okay, so for this one, since I already have this class color here, now if I want to override it, I can always put in the style here. And then I can write background color. It's sharp E. Just copy the thing and just paste it to every tag we have, except for the first one. So just copy it and paste. Now you can see the color changes. And now is the margin of the first row and the second row is too wide, so I want to change the margin a little. Let's not just do 5. Let's just do 5 instead of 10 pixels. And I think it's slightly better, but I still want it to move like closer. I couldn't remember how much I used previously, but let's just move it closer. Yep, I think this should looks good. And then for the icon color, I kind of changed it to green color. So I can actually come here and say color, sorry, text. Sorry, I need ChatGPT. How do I change text color, please? Oops. Let's just refresh. How do I change? Oh, it's already here. No, change text color. Color property. Okay. Color, and I can use the color that I previously used. Wait, what is the color that I used previously? 369F 369F 36. Okay. Oops. Okay, save it. And now let's go to Looker and paste it. Now the icon change it to green color, just looking nice. And the next one, I want to change this to slightly darker black. Now it's very grayish. So what I can do is to go to color 𝐬𝐻𝐭, black. So I can choose the black that I want. Maybe I can go with this one for 141414 for the title. It's this one. Let's just add in the style, color, hex 141414, and close it, save it, copy it, and paste it. Okay, now it's turning black. And next one, I need a slightly lighter gray for this part. So I'm going to just grab here 85FI85. Description is here. Let's now add the style for it. Color. 5. Is it? Oh, sorry. 85. Save it, copy it, paste it. Yay, okay. Now it seems very close to what we already have. The next thing I want to add is the margin for the header, because I want to have like some margin down here, because now seems like it's too crowded, so I want it to have more spacing. So oops, I think I added to the wrong side. I wanted this to be 15. Okay. Now it seems slightly better. Last but not least, we actually want to add a link to this photo so that when we click on it, it directs us to the content itself. So I would come to this text and I'll wrap it in a tag. Oops, I should put it here and then a. So once I put it the a tag, I would add the href attribute, and this is where I'm adding the link. So adding the link here and come here and then paste it. Okay, so now I'm checking if the links works. So now it's like directing us to the correct content. Means we already done here. So let me just check if I have missed out anything. Okay, so now the overall, like the most important part, like the juice of this dashboard has already been completed. Now I will actually do some formatting to bring this together, and so we have what we see in the sample dashboard earlier. So now let's just clean things up. First, remove this link that we just used for, oops, let's just refresh it before we keep building it, just so that it will save our changes. Now you can see that I have this one here. Okay. Now I would actually just tidy things up. First, I will want to wrap this text so that it will show the entire title. So wrap text. And I would also want to have the title, sorry, the header color to be blue color. Okay. And it should be in white for the contrast. Sorry, I should select the theme color. I always select the theme color because in case I want to change up the theme, it can be easily done via theme. So when I change the color here, it will just reflect in my chart. But if I select it from this one here, the palette here, then it wouldn't help me to switch up the color. So remember, if the color is available in your theme, select it from the theme. So this thing. So now I want to just change the page settings a little bit so that it will fit in this frame. Actually no, I don't need to, because I think after adding it, it should be all right. Okay, so just forget about it. Now I just noticed that my table has this pagination where you can scroll to the next page if you have any. But in this case, I don't want it to appear here, so I'm going to remove it. Show, so I'm going to untick it so it doesn't show the pagination. And the next thing I want to add is the border shadow. Okay, so now I have my things here, and I just want to rename the title to video tutorials. And let's enlarge the text a little. 16 and oh, where is 16, 18, 20. Okay, so just maintain it here and like make this smaller. Okay, and now I want to add the title here based on what I already designed. So for those of you who purchased the pack, you can just upload it from here. Or for some of you that you didn't purchase the resource pack, just add the text here and it should do. And if you want to find any like icons to put in, you can just upload from here, download it to your laptop, and then just upload it manually. So now we have the text here. The next thing is to add the line. So I want to have the line like to be in this exact position. So what you can do is press the shift so that it wouldn't snap to the grid, and then change the border width to 1 and change the line to grayish so that it will look much lighter than the black color. Just doing some switching on a minor adjustment on the placement. And the next one that I want to upload is the folder. So I want people to be able to just go to my YouTube. If they land here, I want them to be able to just click a link and they'll be able to go to my YouTube. So what I do here is I create a footer here. So then now I can insert the link that they can go to my youtube.com/LionDanalyser. So click apply. And now let's test the link. Yep, it works. So that's about it. And then I'm going to add a frame behind this card so that it looks more like a card. So I'm just adding it here. Okay, now just push it to the back and then just change the color to like lightest gray. This is not the lightest. Just like I'm just doing it very freely. Is this light enough? I'm not sure what I used before this. Okay. It's actually FFF. And then I drag it to the lightest color. It doesn't seem right. Gradient, how about gradient? This. Okay. And then I'm going to add a border line to it and make sure we have some curve. I kind of want the color to be like lighter a little. Yep, this looks nicer. So I guess you can just like switch like what I did earlier if you don't have the exact color code that you wanted. So you can use your eyes to see if that fits your theme. And then the next one is adding, I guess you don't need to add, because for my creation, I want to write this copywriting. You can just add a text to do this. It's a simple text and then just align to the center. But I find that there's still like space that I want to just trim it a little, so I can go to page settings and I can adjust it to 850. So now let's to view mode and we can check if everything is alright. So now click on this and it will filter the chart on the right. It might take a while for your image to load, but it should be alright. Hi, I'm so sorry that I have to insert this clip here, which I have to record on the other day because I found out that I totally forgot about this search bar that I shown y'all at the beginning of this video. So I hope you don't mind that I add them here. My look is a bit different and the background is different already because I just rearranged and upgraded my workspace. So now for the search bar, we'll have to add another community visualization, which is still developed by Romain Vellard. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly. So if you click on this explore more, you will get to see a lot more of other visualizations, and here I would need you to search for this search box and click on it. This will again require your consent to allow this community visualization to render your data. So click allow, and we will now get to add this search bar into the report. Just click on the canvas and you will get added. Now I'm just resizing it just like how we resize our charts usually, and here I am. So I want to move this to front a little bit. Okay. Okay. So just extend it down so I can see the search bar, and this I can move up a little. All right. So now I have added the search bar. So you can see that this visualization has helped us to add a columns to search on, which is the title. So this would means that whenever we enter the word in the search bar and hit enter, sorry, I have to go to view mode, and if we hit enter, it will just happen. Doesn't work. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, we should enable this chart interactions. By default, all of the charts will have this tick, but I'm not sure that this is not ticked yet, so we're going to tick this, and let's go to view mode again and enter. So now when I hit enter, you can see that all the charts are loading, and now it's showing me the result of my search. Now if I search for let's say the word tutorial, you can see that there's no videos being shown in the result because the word tutorial is showing in the description. So what we're going to do now to expand the search result, expand the area of search, is to add another columns to the columns to search on, which now I'm going to add the descriptions, I'm going to add the category, I'm going to add the text, so tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3. Now go to view mode, and I'm going to search the word tutorial again, and now it should return me 2 of this video because I've mentioned them in both of the descriptions. So you can see the word tutorial here and the word tutorial over here. So that's how we can build this search bar. I'm so sorry that I forgot that earlier, and I hope you are able to follow the next part of this video successfully. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, just leave the comments below and I will help you out. Okay. For my images, I actually upload it in Google Drive so that it can be displayed here in this dashboard. I have tried other online hosting that I like the link with .jpg, but it doesn't work. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe it has something to do with how this plugin works. But the Google Drive method works very well. If you have purchased the resource pack, I will probably talk about how you can upload your image in the Google Drive so that it can display here in case you want to use your own images. So yep. So what we're going to do next in our next tutorial is to automate the process of getting the content information here. So mainly I want to scrap all my YouTube videos with the title, the descriptions, and I don't know, the hashtags, the link to the YouTube videos, and then I will also want the link and yeah, the link and yeah. So that's what I will want to have. And if there's new video keep adding on, I should be able to grab them easily into my list here. But yeah, I think probably it's a good idea to have like updated date or something, upload date or something. But I think this information is sufficient for now. So mainly what I want to get help with the script is to help me grab all the information that I need to make this a full list. And then I also have my website that some of the content doesn't get posted on my YouTube, but I would probably have to think a little bit on how I would want to include my website content here. But for now, it's all going to be YouTube videos, and it's been a while since the last time I worked on a website scrapping project. So I'm very happy to work on it next. So that's just to give you some teaser what we're going to work on next. For those of you who purchase, sorry, I mentioned a lot of times, like those of you who purchase the resource pack, I think I would also include all the resources related to all the series that I'm going to conduct. So you'll be getting the script that I use to scrap my YouTube as well if you purchase it. So yep. If you have any questions related to like all these products that I have, feel free to leave the comments below. And if you have any suggestions or feedback, I would be happy to hear on them, because the reason why I want to have all these products is to help myself feel less worry about my business, because as you guys know that I have a side business that helps me earn some income while maintaining my YouTube channel, because as for now, YouTube channel is mainly relying on the AdSense income, the advertisement part, which is kind of unstable. So like if this can work for both of us, I think it would be a great help to help maintain what I do here for you guys. And this series is really what I love to do, and I'm not sure how you would receive this content, because it's going to be very long, and sometimes the the steps might not be very efficient, because we're going to do a lot of trial and error. And as you can see in this episode, I use like different tools like ChatGPT. I use like a website called Color Hexa, and like all these different resources that help me make a data product. So I think this is something rare that you don't get to see in many tutorials out there. And it's really like combining a lot of skill sets in one to help you make the product, which in this case I think it's still like saving your time, because if you don't know about these tools, it can be time consuming to go and search for these tools, or even you don't know that these tools exist in the first place. So I hope this kind of tutorials would give you more exposure to all these tools that's related to our work, and you're going to learn different languages like HTML, CSS that we already use in this tutorial, and I think the next tutorial will be on Python. So it's really like a lot of skill sets in one tutorial. So I really hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and I really hope that this is like what you guys want me to continue doing. So we're going to test it for just one series, which is building this product. If you guys like interested, we can have the second series and building something we both are interested about. Maybe I can put a poll up there, and then you guys can vote what product you would want to build next with me. So thank you so much for listening to me for this entire episode. I think I am not having like a good voice today, because like I'm not sure if I'm not like having like enough water, because I keep talking. So thank you for bearing with me, and I hope to see you in our next episode to build together. And also, if you guys have any suggestions on how I should name this series, please please leave your comments in please leave your comments. Oh my god, please leave your comments, and I would maybe put out a poll to ask you guys to vote for it. But for now, let's call it live coding in this tutorial. But if we're finalized, I'll change the name here. Anyway, okay, that's enough. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.